Narcissism. It's a word often thrown around, often misunderstood. Many people use it casually to describe someone who seems overly self-centered or vain. We picture someone vain, self-absorbed, constantly seeking admiration. This image is reinforced by social media, where people often showcase their best selves. But beneath this surface lies a deeper, more complex reality. Narcissism isn't just about vanity, it's about a fragile self-esteem and a constant need for validation. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition marked by a profound need for admiration and a lack of empathy. It's more than just a personality quirk. It's a serious disorder that affects relationships and daily functioning. While they may appear confident, narcissists grapple with deep insecurity, shame, and a fragile sense of self-worth. Their outward bravado masks an inner turmoil that they often struggle to manage. Their inflated ego is a defense mechanism, a mask concealing their vulnerability. This mask helps them navigate the world, but it also isolates them from genuine connections. The key to understanding narcissists lies in recognizing this duality. They present a confident exterior, but inside they are often anxious and insecure. They aren't simply egotistical monsters, but wounded individuals struggling with inner turmoil. Their actions, while sometimes hurtful, are often cries for help. Their behaviors, while often hurtful, stem from a place of deep insecurity. They lash out to protect themselves, but this only perpetuates their cycle of pain. Imagine a house with a grand facade, but inside the foundation crumbles. This is the paradox of narcissism, a beautiful exterior hiding a fragile interior. This is the world of a narcissist. They live in a constant state of performance, always trying to maintain their facade while hiding their true feelings. To truly grasp their actions, we must peer beyond the surface and understand the pain within. Only then can we begin to empathize with their struggles and see them as more than just their outward behavior. At the heart of narcissism lies a pervasive sense of shame, a feeling so deep and ingrained that it shapes their entire existence. This isn't ordinary self-criticism, it's a deep-rooted belief in one's inherent defectiveness, a constant nagging voice that tells them they are not good enough. Narcissists often feel inadequate, flawed, and unworthy of love. These feelings of inadequacy are not fleeting, they are a persistent undercurrent in their lives. These feelings are so intense, so overwhelming, that they build defenses to keep them at bay. They push people away, erect emotional walls, and create a facade of invulnerability. The grandiose self-image, the constant need for validation, the lack of empathy. These are all coping mechanisms, ways to avoid confronting the abyss of shame within. They craft an image of perfection to hide their perceived flaws. Imagine being haunted by a shadow self, a constant reminder of your perceived inadequacies. This shadow looms large, casting a dark pall over their every action and thought. This is the narcissist's reality, a life spent in the shadow of their own self-loathing, constantly battling the fear of being exposed as a fraud. Their inflated ego serves as a buffer, a shield against these painful feelings. They project confidence and superiority to mask their inner turmoil. They seek external validation because they struggle to find it within themselves. Every like, every compliment, every nod of approval is a temporary balm for their wounded self-esteem. They put others down to elevate themselves, a desperate attempt to outrun their own self-doubt. In their quest for superiority, they trample on the feelings and dignity of those around them. For many, solitude offers solace, a chance for introspection and self-discovery. For narcissists, it can be a tormentor. When alone, the mask slips, the carefully constructed facade crumbles, leaving them exposed to the full force of their shame and self-loathing. Away from the admiring gaze of others, their carefully constructed world threatens to collapse. Imagine a performer taking off their stage makeup, revealing the anxieties hidden beneath. This is the narcissist in solitude. The absence of external validation leaves them grasping, desperate to regain that sense of worth. They may obsessively check social media, ruminate on past glories, or even engage in self-destructive behaviors to numb the pain. Narcissists develop intricate coping mechanisms to navigate a world that feels threatening and hostile. One of their primary defenses is fantasy. They escape into elaborate daydreams of success, power, beauty, or ideal love. These fantasies provide temporary relief, a refuge from the harsh realities of their inner world. Another common coping mechanism is self-admiration. They might spend excessive time grooming themselves, admiring their reflection, or boasting about their achievements. This constant self-focus serves to reinforce their inflated sense of self and ward off feelings of inadequacy. However, these coping mechanisms are ultimately unsustainable. The relief they offer is fleeting, and the underlying shame remains unaddressed. Like a house built on sand, their carefully constructed world is always on the verge of collapse. Section 5. The Shame Vortex, Avoiding the Abyss. Shame is the narcissist's Achilles heel, the hidden wound driving their behavior. They go to extraordinary lengths to avoid experiencing or acknowledging it. Criticism, even if constructive, is met with anger, denial, or blame-shifting. They simply cannot bear to confront the possibility of their perceived defectiveness. Imagine a burn victim recoiling from touch. For the narcissist, shame is that burn. They develop elaborate defenses to protect this vulnerable part of themselves. This is why they often lack empathy. Acknowledging another person's pain would require them to face their own, and that is an unbearable prospect. Section 6. External validation, a fragile lifeline. While everyone enjoys praise and recognition, narcissists crave it with a desperate hunger. External validation serves as a lifeline, a temporary fix for their shattered self-esteem. They need constant reassurance of their worth, and they seek it through admiration, praise, and envy from others. This dependence on external validation makes them incredibly vulnerable. Their mood hinges on the opinions of others, leaving them susceptible to manipulation and emotional turmoil. They become addicted to the fleeting high of praise, constantly seeking their next fix. Section 7. The Price of a Facade, Impact on Relationships. The narcissist's need for admiration and lack of empathy often leave a trail of broken relationships in their wake. They might exploit others to fulfill their own needs, devalue those closest to them, or engage in infidelity and betrayal. Their relationships often lack genuine intimacy, built instead on a foundation of control and manipulation. Imagine a parasite feeding on its host. This is often the dynamic in a narcissist's relationships. They take more than they give, leaving their partners feeling drained and emotionally depleted. Their fear of intimacy and inability to empathize make it nearly impossible to form healthy, lasting bonds. Section 8. Empathy's Embrace, Understanding the Narcissist's Pain. While it's easy to judge and condemn, understanding the narcissist's inner world requires empathy. Their behaviors, while hurtful, stem from a place of deep pain and insecurity. Recognizing this doesn't excuse their actions, but it allows for a more compassionate perspective. Imagine a child who was constantly criticized, belittled, and made to feel inadequate. This early wounding can leave lasting scars, shaping their sense of self and their interactions with the world. Many narcissists were emotionally neglected or abused as children. Their narcissism, while maladaptive, is a way of coping with this early trauma. Section 9. A Call for Compassion, Breaking the Cycle. This section delves into the importance of understanding and empathy in dealing with narcissistic behavior. Understanding the inner world of a narcissist is crucial for breaking the cycle of pain and dysfunction. Narcissists often operate from a place of deep-seated insecurity and unresolved trauma. While their behavior can be incredibly destructive, it's important to remember that they are also victims of their own psychological wounds. These wounds often stem from childhood experiences that have left lasting scars. Compassion, however, should not be mistaken for condoning abusive behavior. It's essential to differentiate between understanding the root causes of their actions and accepting those actions as permissible. Setting firm boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being is essential when dealing with a narcissist. Self-care practices such as meditation, journaling, and spending time alone can help maintain your mental health. Encouraging them to seek professional help is also crucial. Therapy can provide a safe space for them to explore their feelings and begin the healing process. With therapy, they can begin to address their underlying shame and develop healthier coping mechanisms. This can lead to significant improvements in their behavior and relationships. The journey towards healing for a narcissist is arduous and uncertain. It requires a great deal of effort, patience, and support from those around them. But with empathy, understanding, and professional support, there is hope for breaking free from the chains of their past and building a more authentic and compassionate future. Support groups can also play a vital role in this process, offering a sense of community and shared experience.